Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. Now, one of my gorgeous ladies, I love it to pieces, my friend Gloria asked me about, have I ever tried the stack shuffle, and I don't know what it's called. Wait there, let me see if I can remember it now. 2 seconds. Stack, cut and shuffle. There we go. There's a mouthful. So I give it a go. I've got a few examples. I made a couple of these, which is using some old designer series paper, but I tried the tech. This is the first one I did. It's using a brand new stamp set that's coming out. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I did the cuts the way the ladies did on their videos. I popped this on the inside. Oh, I love it. You are in my prayers. I love the dove. I love the cross. And under his wings, you'll find refuge. And I think these are going to make massive cards just to send out in bundles. I will be making this one, but different, if you know what I mean. I did this one then with a nice piece of ribbon going through the other side. Absolutely stunning. Just held it together with a glue. And I decided to cut on a different level again using this stamp set. I thank God every time I think of you. But I've put a couple of these then. I made 2 and I only used 2 pieces of designer series paper. I know these ladies have been using 4, but if you cut 2 pieces of each and then just turn them over, they're double-sided, so why would you need to use up 4? So use 2 and have 2 of each, and then just alternate, turn one over so you've got the different sides. So this is something else. I think this is this one, the orange, and then that one is the blue. I can't remember, but I did those anyway, and I added some of this beautiful denim ribbon. I think it's cute, don't matter which way around. And what I will do at the end, more than likely, I'll probably add another 2 in there, in that beautiful pink packet. I will have a pack of 5 of these because I'm going to make another 4 with you in a minute. And then I did some of these with the gentleman papers, which is from He's All That. And it looks like the corner's chopped off, but it's not. It's a part of the pattern somewhere else. But I did the standard size, and I just switched those 2 pieces round to keep the small with the small. And then I popped a piece inside saying, thanks friend. So there's 4 of those in this packet. And they're all the same design. Again, that is the reverse of that. And then these 2 pieces. So only 3 pieces of designer series paper that time. Ooh, so yeah, I can get 4 cards with embellishments on in these lovely little bags, which I can then tape up or just post them in a nice little package. Maybe put a ribbon round and a symbol on the front. Like I'm saying, I've got these as well, but just have fun with it. I've picked Bumblebee and Pretty Peacock because of the designer series paper I'm using, which again is this gorgeous paper. I've got so much of it and I don't want to waste any. I'm using the something fancy dies to cut out my sentiments, where that beautiful sentiment sits absolutely beautiful. So I'll be using those. I've already done a few, so you just don't want to sit and watch me do them all. But how beautiful is that with the cross on? Love it. And I chose these beautiful colours because they're in with this designer series paper. I have got 4 pieces of cardstock. 1, 2, 3. Should that 4? One's missing. Is that the one? Are they all? Yeah, they're all the same size. Now these I've cut at 4 inches by 5 3/4 because my card bases are all 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. So I get a tiny little border all the way around, she says when she gets it on. And then what I'll do is then I'll cut my designer series paper 1/4 inch smaller. That way I get a nice little gap all the way around and in between my other little bits as well. So we're going to be making 4 of those. I've already stamped and inserted 3 of the inside cards, which I love it. So we got 1, 2, 3. We've got the blue one, which I'm yet to do, and this is for the inside piece because it's a lot smaller. So I'll keep that to one side at the minute. I have cut 4 pieces of paper, but like I'm saying, you could cut 2 of those and literally turn it over and then turn that over. So you'd still have 1, 2, 3, 4 designs, just have 2 pieces of each. But and I like the fact that there's a pattern. So a pattern, plain, pattern, and then you could either have another pattern or plain again. So you decide which way round you want your pattern. So I probably do that to give my 4 pieces. I haven't decided which way we're going to cut it yet, but I'm just going to I'm going to grab a piece of my designer series paper, only because I've got loads of it and I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to cut this to 3, and because my card is 4, I'm going to take this down to 3 3/4 just to see, and then I'm going to cut this to, so I've cut 5 5/8 because my card is 5 7/8, so I've done 5 3/4, so I'm going to do 5 1/2. And what I'm going to do is, just before we decide to how to cut these cards, we're going to have a little play first. Whoops. And because it's plain on the back as well, I can decide to cut this section and then decide to cut down. You don't have to stick to the norm. You don't have to have 4 pieces of either a long piece and a short piece and a square piece and a rectangle piece. You can just decide to have whatever you want. So like I did with this one, this has got 5 pieces instead of 4 because we had the short, the tall, the square, and then I decided to cut this at an angle. Let me see if I can see the other one, if that one's different. Yeah, because I swapped the patterns around. So that is the back of that. That I just decided to change. This is the back of this, which is the back of that, and then swap them over. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces on this one. Cute. You could have 6 pieces. You could have 7 pieces. It's entirely up to you. Because I've got 2 repeats, you could also add a 5th piece of paper. That way you've got 5 different, and then that, just add how many ever pieces of paper you want for how many sections you want. Or do what I said, 2 pieces, turn one over, and then you've got 2 different designs, and then that way you don't have to use 5 pieces of paper. You can just use 3 pieces of paper. But you get my drift. So this now, like I'm saying, what is this? I'm just going to gently mark my card. So it's 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So let's just say, I want to change this bottom corner. So I'm going to roughly do this. I know it's not perfect. So again, 1, 2. You could have 3, 4, and then you could even have this like this, 5 and 6. So that would only take 3 pieces of paper because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the same piece and the opposite piece, another piece and the opposite piece, and another piece and the opposite piece. So depending on how many pieces you cut it into is going to determine how many slices of paper. You can have all 6, that way you're left with, and if you do 2 lots, you can have 12 cards. Oh, this one will give you 6 cards. So, and just like I'm saying, I'm having a play. So, I do love these papers. I love anything that gives you a sketch, because that alone is beautiful on its own. Nice ribbon, beautiful die cut with a gorgeous sentiment and some elements. Beautiful. But, like I'm saying, so I'm going to roughly, I'm going to do 1 inch. And I might do 3/4 of an inch. That will then give me 2 inches on this side, so 2 inches. That would take that up to 2.5. This would then go to, let me just see because my brain doesn't calculate, 1.25. And then that would leave me with 1 3/4. So you would have 2 inches by 2.5. This will be 1 inch by 5.5. And this would be, wait there now, 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. This then would be 1.25 by 2 inches, and this would be 2 inches by 1 3/4. So there are my pieces. I'm going to do, I've got 4 card bases. Do I need another 2? Well, I need, what I'll do is with my extra 2 pieces, I'll do them off camera, but this is what we're going to do. So let's cut this up a sec. I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Trimmer because it's easier. So let's cut my first 1 inch piece. I mean, if I'm going to use both sides, I will just use a pencil to get rid of those. And then we're going to do 3/4 of an inch. That then, and turn it that way. See how you mean? You've got your 2 pieces. So this is 2 inches, and we're going to cut this to 2.5. But this is just 1 piece of paper. So can you imagine doing it then with all the rest? So 1.25. This is just a sample, by the way. So this is 1.25 by 2. And then this is 2 by 1 3/4. Even if you just use 2 pieces of paper, you could swap them around and you've got 2 beautiful cards. Because, well, 1 beautiful card from 1 sheet of paper. If you use 2 pieces of paper, you would have 2 beautiful cards. If you use 3, you'd have 3 beautiful cards. Or use double of each and double your card stacks up. So this is how I'm going to do 1 2 3 4. I'm going to do 5 layers on this one. So I've got my card, and we're going to cut this way, this exactly on this. So keep it, I'm not going to go and destroy these pieces. I will use them on another card. It was just an example to show you how easy and how quick you can stick to 4 pieces. You could even do 3 pieces. You could cut that way there and that way there with 3 pieces and just alternate each one. It's up to you. It's not rocket science, and it's not a case of you've got to have 4 pieces, because you haven't. So let's do our first cut, and I'm trying to keep them all together. So 1 inch, making sure that goes all the way through, and I'm going to put this pile here. Then I'm going to do my 3/4 of an inch. Look, my card stack is coming apart. So they're going to go there as well. Is that the way that's come off? doesn't matter. And then where am I? I've just opened up and ruined my layer. So 2 by 2.5, and they're gonna go. So we got the 1 inch, the 3/4 of an inch. I want 2 by 2.25, and we will suss out which way around they go. And then we need a 1.25 and a 2 by 1 3/4. So this is 1.25. Let's get that lined up. Look at that paper coming apart. 1.25. What's wrong with this paper? Is it just me? It doesn't want to go right. But we've cut we've cut from that way instead of that way, so. And have I got this wrong? Have I got it wrong? Yes, that needs to go that way. This needs to go this way, and then this piece needs to go there. Oh, we got there in the end. So let's pull these in. You'll probably have 2 pieces going the same way because I've only got 4 pieces, but I can always swap it up for these pieces and use some of the blue. So let's just do the blue side as well. So let's add that there, add that there, add that there, add that there, and add that there. So now I've got enough for 5 cards. So first piece, switch that to the, in fact I'm going to leave the first piece as it is. The second one I'm going to move 1. The third piece, 1 2. This piece, 1 2 3, and then this piece is just going to fetch the back piece to the front, because otherwise it's 1 2 3 4. So just flick the back piece to the front. So that's how this stack, cut and creatable card. If you don't like this, you can switch it over. It's entirely up to you. But now I'm going to fetch in my card pieces, and I will have 1 piece of everything left over, which I'll add to another card later. So 1 2 3 4, and if you want to do a nice set of 5, you can cut 6. You could even cut that from there to there. 1 2 3 4 5, and you could have 6 pieces. Add another sheet of paper or 3 slices, turn them all over so they're opposites. And if you don't like that one, you could turn it over. It's entirely up to you. Or you could simply just turn over your stacks once you've all shuffled them. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to use this for speed. Fingers crossed it works. So I'm going to turn mine to the side. I'm just going to add some of this. Anything hanging over, just flick it round. And then we've got to make sure we get this the right way. So look at me now. I'm looking at my design, and I want a nice little border, because you know I like borders and I like small ones. And then I'm going to grab this piece. And again, it all lines up beautiful, but I'm adding a tiny little border. Why does that look short? This Gaynor's going off one. No, that's right. And then I'm going to look at that beautiful paper. And then we're going to add this little piece. Again, nice little gap all the way down. then we're going to add this piece. Oh, see, now that's a little, you've got to be careful on your spacing. I should have really pulled them down. So what I'm going to do is, I don't mind the fact that that's hanging off there. This is where you're supposed to pull them. This is what Gaynor hasn't sussed out, see. She needs to suss out if you can pull them apart slightly. So this one is going to be my little boo-boo card, because I don't want you ladies making boo-boos on my half. So maybe we can pull them apart, but these two pieces, these three pieces need to be close together. We can just add a gap this way. So let's do that. Oh, lovely papers. So on the second one now, I make the mistakes, girls, so you don't have to. So let's add that. Perfect. It's not that bad. Somebody might notice it and say, ooh, what's that? You could cut that across there. But let's just put that to one side and chalk it up as, because we've still got enough to make 4 cards there. So let's do this strip first. I'm terrible with these. I just don't think they want to work for me. So let's add this. And I'm going to have a little bit of a more of a gap at the top. Perfect. Then I'm going to add this piece. Again, I need to suss these little longer pieces out so we can have a little gap. We can have a gap across. Beautiful. Now I'm going to add this. See what I mean about you've got double-sided paper? You can turn this over and have 2 pieces of the same and just have a plain on the other side. So now we're going to add this. Oh, wrong way, Gaynor, wrong way. So we've got a nice gap in between each pieces. Now these two need to butt up close. Oh, I've got itchy nose. Oh, girls. Let me keep my stacks nice and neat. So this needs to butt up to here. Why does that seem shorter? It could be my paper from before. And then this one. I can understand why now people use their sticky mats, because so that's a better piece. We've got a nice gap all the way around. So let's put that to one side. Let's crack-a-lack with the next one. But just by turning those card pieces over, you can make even more. So let's just, are we having that 2? Yes, 2 inches. That's 2 inches. Nice little gap. This piece, is that 2 inches? It's supposed to be 2 inches. It is. Beautiful. This is our other piece. Beautiful. Oh, I love this blue paper. It's just divine. Just add some on the ends. And this is where we can have a little gap. Shouldn't press too hard. Oh, there's plenty of space there, so. Beautiful. Nice little gap. With my first card, I'm not going to let that worry me. These are so cute. And they look so expressive, if you know what I mean, because it's just gorgeous. I love that side of that paper. But you could switch these around, but you want the pattern. If you're going to do a set of cards, do the pattern. If you're not, just switch them up. Perfect. Gonna add this cute little paper. But I did the 5 pieces with the corner to corner and they looked perfectly fine to me, and I'd sussed it. Again, nice little gap. So cute. Now 2-inch piece. I'm going to turn that way. And again, we've got a cute little gap. I'm going to add our other 2-inch piece. But just have a play, girls. You're going to enjoy these cards. They are so cute. For some reason that seems a little bit shorter, but it just might be the way I cut my paper, because this is my extra piece, remember. I didn't cut them all together. Look at that. Get off my pad. Look at me, I'm a mucky so-and-so. I got glue everywhere. Oh, now have I added that the wrong way around? I think I might have. I was supposed to put that side. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't, but I'm going to put that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got no more. Let me just grab some more designers cardstock and cut this. What were these? 4 by 5 and 3/4. So let's 5 and 3/4 by 4. So that's for this one. And then we need a piece for the inside, which is, I just changed my blade. How can it go blunt so quickly? 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So that's going to be the inside of my card. And I'll need another label, but I'll do that off camera. But I will do this piece now in front of you because I've got my 5 pieces. So let's mix this one up. I'm going to have that one. It needs to go that way. That one. That one. And that one. So we've changed the look by just, I mean, we could turn all these over and change the look totally. So it's entirely up to you. Then you can decide what pattern you want to go where. I'm going to keep it like that, actually. That's quite cute. I do like the blue though on the other side. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, there we go. We're going to keep this pattern. So you still got the same method with the same strip pieces, and they're all gonna be lined up. Might be a little bit too much. Again, I might have to take the top bit off, but I'm doing American sizes, girls. You know me, I always do everything backwards over. So line that up. Even if I take a ship, or I might even add a ribbon on there, I don't know. Right, let's get this on there. But it's up to you. Don't have to have just 4 pieces in the 4 ways that most of these videos come up with. So do your own thing, girls. Do your own thing. That's sticking to my fingers. So I'm going to put that piece. Perfect there. Yes, I'm definitely going to have plain, because you can have plain pattern, plain pattern, plain pattern. It's up to you. For some reason that piece, but I'm not worried about that because my sentiment's going to go there. Now it's up to you which way round you want them. Do you want to keep them all the same way? Do you want to keep them different? Do you want to alternate them? Do you want to keep the pattern straight? Or do you want to switch it? I'll cut that centre piece out. But that did not want my camera to come on. So I'm chopsing away there and my camera didn't come on. So right, this is our first one. Making sure I've got a nice, because you've got a little bit of wiggle space with your glue. That is cute. So I'm going to be stamping on the inside with that in a moment. And then these are my other card inlays. It's me chopsing away like crazy and there was no camera on. But you got the gist. The camera didn't go off until I'd made the card bases, so woohoo! Saved by the bell. So let's get that lined up beautiful. Oh, love it. And I love the alternate card colours. You don't have to stick to the same. Because I'm using two different inks, I decided to use two different card bases. So these, just making sure we've got them the right way. Let's just check. I'm going to have that one on there because this has got more blue on it. I'm going to have this one on here. Perfect. I'm going to check which way round. So I've got those two that way. I'm going to turn these two this way. Unless you want to keep them all the same, you can do that. So we've got two with the strips that side, and we'll have two with the strips this side. For some reason, I nearly put that on the wrong way. I am going to trim that top little bit off because for some reason I can't. Do you know what? I can never ever get my cards to level off for some reason with this trimmer. It seems to have shifted, even though it's a guillotine and you can't shift it. But every time I cut my cards in half, one seems to be slightly bigger than the other. Right, so there we go. I added ribbons and stuff to the others, but with these ones, I think that label is just too cute with the little gemstones. I'm just taking off the excess. So there's the 4 cards, absolutely stunning. So we've got one way, one way, one way, and the other way. So it's up to you, like I'm saying. I am going to grab my ink, which I spent half an hour cleaning today. So this one is for this one. You are my prayers. I love that. I love this stamp set. There's another one coming out, but I can't get it till the catalogue release. And it's all about praising the Lord. And I'm all for that at the moment. Oh, look how beautiful that is. And I've cleaned my cloth. So this is really going to do me head in now, because look how clean I've got my cloth. And I'm going to have to dirty it up now. But I used a bit of bleach, so that'll start to fade. I know. So I'm going to stamp. I'm just going to pop that to one side. I'm going to stamp this other sentiment, which is absolutely beautiful. And I'm just going to pop that. Now, with these red rubber, I don't seem to be able to ever line them up, so I just look at the bottom. Perfect. Because I'd already cut my other labels out and then stamped. Well, this time I'm going to stamp and then cut out my label. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to fetch my little machine in because I love it. I'm just going to give that a quick waft because I can still see the glue's a little bit juicy. So while that is drying for a second, I'm just going to get my other colour out. And I'm having this cute little dove with the olive branch in his mouth. And it looks like he's stamping over the letters, but it actually just misses it by a fraction. And then I'll keep that to one side. That is cute. That is going in the centre there. We'll come back with my, I think that, and these fancy, something fancy dies fit this perfectly. So this one, I'm going to have a little bit extra on this side so my cross fits, whereas the others I did in the centre because I was stamping them after I'd cut. Now, I never bought the stamp set for the Something Fancy. I don't know, I think it was just sentiments. And I think to myself, I've got plenty of sentiments. But look at that. Cuts out perfect. So these are all the other labels and it's the largest one on there. And it fit it beautifully. You can have these fancy ones that look like tags. They got this one. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So yes, I love the dies. Then we can take this beautiful. I've got missing bits to my little die machine. Oh, my arm. I'm losing my and I'm going to now stamp the cross, which is here. Love it. And I'm just gonna, whoops. Oh, that is so cute. I love it. Close up my inks because my other one started to leak like crazy. So let's glue. And it will fade because I've stamped them full strength and they've faded. So give that chance to fade. I don't know if I like that tape runner. It doesn't like me anyway. Gonna place that in there. Just want to smooth down the edges. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that pretty? Take them into church and prayer cards. Oh, give them to your pastor or somebody you know and love that will cherish them, little beauties. I'm going to grab some dimensionals and I've popped just 3 on each. These are from a kit and they're slightly thicker. And they're a little bit more harder to get the backings off, but they lash. So I've got my other pieces. So let's remove these backings. You don't have to put the label all in the same place. Again, that's entirely up to yourselves. And I always find the bit, I just think that I'm going to come up a bit because I don't want to hide that piece of paper. So I'm going to come up there. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get these off. And again, I'm going to come up and keep that towards the top so we can see that bit of paper. Aren't they beautiful? Do you know what? These would look nice in the black and white papers that they fetch out. I love the black and white papers. They just look so classy. So another one. Oh, beautiful. I will get some scrap white later and do another sentiment for that one as well. And again, I just want to make sure. And I've got all my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of paper showing. Now you could leave them like that, but I have found these gorgeous little gold stars which warrants a little play with. You could add gems, but if you're giving these to a gentleman, all well and good. What did I do with that one? I'm going to pop a star right there on each one just to break up that white. They are so cute. And then I'm going to quite keep this a bit triangular, so I'm going to pop another one down here. And another one there. It also breaks up the white. And then I think I'll do a triangle shape. Just come up slightly. You could put that in there or in there. You just put these wherever you fancy. Might even come down on that one. And then just move up a little touch on that one. Oh, look how pretty they are. You could add a ribbon, you could add some twine. Let me just see what else. I've got some Calypso coral twine there, which would go with these. I do have some white, but I don't know if I've got enough. But let's see if I use my bow maker. You know me, I'm going to wrap it round twice on each one, but try and keep those tails without having to waste too much twine. And when I do this on here, just want to level it up on both sides before I pull it tight. So once you pull it tight, and then I pull these close together so it loosens them and lift it off. That way it stops it all from curling. So let's get another 3 more. 1, 2. I'll pop that in the center. Making sure it's lovely. Lift those together and lift it off gently, and it stops. If you pull it off fast, it's just going to make those bows curl. So let's, oh, we might just have enough. 1, 2. Pop that in the center. Because you can pull that back and forth to determine how equal your bows are. So again, lift off gently. 1, 2, 3, and another one. And I know my beautiful friend Gloria has requested me do a little video of these because she knows I'll probably do something different. I can't help myself. I know you and nobody else. Right in the center. Lift it off nice and gentle. Get my some are smaller. Oh, look at that. I've still got enough to do that 5th card when I do a label later. Do you know what? I went into the range, and when I first bought this, it was only £3, but now they're only £1.50, the half price. Get yourselves in there. Give them to people as a present with a card kit. You know, how fabulous is that? These are from a card kit. These are our glue dots, and I'm going to use my old poker tool because I don't want to get glue. And I'm thinking don't want it on the cross. I may just add it at the top there. So a little glue dot. They come in, I've got different size ones, and if it's too much exposed, just curl it over. That's why I'm using my old one. So you get the perfect width and you've got no sticky glue sticking out the top. But how cute is them? So again, let's pop this up here, squash it down, it flicks off the top, just roll it up and place that beautiful bow. Oh, they just look, these look so angelic to me because of the beautiful bright colours. I just think they are so sweet. This one's got slightly bigger tails, but it doesn't matter, they're so cute. And one more to go. Oh, how beautiful. I love the white. The white has given it a gorgeous finish. And there is my, oh, look at this one, it's twisted. So if you take it off too fast, this is what happens. It kills your bows. So I'm just going to open that a little bit wider and it will put it back. And I'm just going to add that. Oh, love it. So there is 1, 2, love these tails, 3, and this, oh, that one's got the shortest tails, but it's not that much shorter. You can just trim them down later. But there we go. There are my 4 beautiful. Oh, let's pop that in there because we got yellow, blue, yellow, blue. I will add another sentiment to my, and I will come back and do some tall and skinny cards. Maybe opening that way instead of this way. Maybe I'll do some tent folds. Maybe I'll do some skinny ones. And I'll had a sentiment. I tell you what I have got here. I've got a punch. So, and I don't know if that sentiment will fit. I think it might just be a little bit. Oh, I can't get this open. Oh, there we go. Let's grab some scrap white. And then this is just my really cheap white cardstock. I'll pop that away in a minute. But I do have Hope Anchors the Soul, or I Thank God Every Time I Think of You. I just think that let's try the Hope Anchors the Soul for this one. I'll have to use it on one of these. That looks good. And let's do blue. And instead of the cross this time, fingers crossed. Do you know I was covered earlier? Oh, absolutely covered. Beautiful. Now let's do it this way. I'm going to place this. Let's do it towards the bottom. A little bit crooked, so let's turn that over quick. That's better. Give that a close. I'll add an insert later. But just think, you don't even have to do the same sentiment. You can add a thank you card, a birthday card, a congratulations card, a hello card. You know, why have you got to send all the same? You can just literally send whatever you want. Then this, oh, I love this bird. It's just so cute. And I don't care if I come over the sentiment a little bit either. That is just so pretty. Love this set. It's going to get used a lot, especially for the sentiments. Just divine. If you can just send a little bit of hope to somebody. Oh, I love it. I'm going to cut some bits off. I'm going to add this one at the bottom. This one can go in the middle, and this small one I'm going to insert at the top. I love the straight edges. Take a little bit longer to peel off. And then let's pop that on the side, because this is our little bonus card, and we can have some designer series paper in there. I just think, thank you Gloria for pointing these out to me, my darling. Maybe I don't, unless you're looking for them, I don't think I would have found them, but I've had so much fun with these. I'm gonna grab my stars again because they are so cute, and they're from an old card kit from a while back, I think. I'm not going to add it on the sentiment, or am I? I don't know yet. So let's have these in a triangle shape, and let's, well, a diagonal even, and let's pop one that side. But how cute! You can have them on the side, you can do, like I say, tall and skinny ones. I'm just gonna love it. So here is the set we've just made. Just gonna pull them like that because we've got alternate colors. This is our bonus card. This is the very first one that I did, just using the 4 pieces. This is the one I did using a diagonal, so I could have had 5 cards from this set. And then this is the one, again using just 4 pieces, a different type of sentiment, a different ribbon, some more of those stars, and a thanks friend card. I think you could have a ball with these. So 4 of them, 4 of them, 1 of them, 5, 6, 7, 8 in no time at all. Once you cut your papers, it's just a matter of assembling so fast. But I loved making the male ones. Don't we all love a male card? Well, I think they're cute, and they fit in these paper bags, which I had a long time ago. I got 4 in there with embellishments. I got a set of 2 in there. So I'm going to put my 3rd one in there. So there's 3 in that one. And then I'm going to do my little skinny one as an extra. So I've got 4 in there. I have 4 in there. And I've got a little paper bag here, which it doesn't match the yellow, but I'm sure it'll go with the yellow. And I'm going to pop them in there. These would make great gifts. Add a little belly band. Add your envelopes to the back. Nice little wrap up of a belly band. A gorgeous sentiment. And you've got some beautiful gifts to give somebody. They're a little bit, don't go too mental on the chunky ones, but a belly band. Let's have a look. Let me get some crappy papers quick. Oh, she says, let's grab some designer series paper. If I can grab it. Because it's fell on the floor. Let's just do one for this one. Let me see what papers I have left. Oh, there we go. I've not used this one, and look at that colour on the back. I am going to cut a 1.5 inch strip, which is, I'm going to take it to the end of this trimmer actually. Push it all the way up. And I'll measure that piece now. And that is, oh, there we go, 1 5/8. Let's check it's the 1 5/8 at the top as well, and it certainly is. Grab that, pop that round your bag, or make one of these bags. I'm just gonna fold, and look at that, absolutely beautiful. You could do this round the front actually. Let's add that round. Let's just make sure we've got this in the space that we had it. Just giving them a little squeeze on the end, because you don't want it too tight. And then I'm going to add just a wee bit of glue just there. And like I said, I'm not doing it too tight. Perfect. Nice little belly band on the bag. Make a wonderful gift for somebody. Grab my crappy little piece of white again and pop myself another one of these beautiful tab. If you've got a gap in a tab, watch. Just pull it right out close. You've still got a full tab and you're not wasting paper in between. And then you could simply add that and write to and from, add a little embellishment. You don't have to stamp on them, but let me grab a couple of embellishments. Just gonna pop, I'm gonna pop them on there actually, that way I know I'm not going over the top. Use up those bits, no one's gonna know. Try and take off the backings. Come on, there we go. It's up to you. You can have it this way. I'm gonna add it this way because that is so cute. Roughly keep it in the center, and then I can, what can I do? I mean, I could add that bird again, but you could add this little scroll even. Look at that beautiful little scroll there. And then just write on it. And then I'm just going to write the word to. And then whoever I'm going to give it to. And then I'm going to put love Lady G. And a little cross. So, I leave that space blank, but there we go. Look, little gift bags of beautiful wonderfulness. Get cracking, girls. Make some beautiful gifts for your friends this weekend, and yeah, give them out at churches, hospitals, your best friends. Give them as a gift, or just give them away with the goodness of your heart. Until next time, people, I love you millions. Take care and God bless to you all. See you soon. Bye.